Now, the dilution of the pigmentation of the human flesh, which we could see spoken of in Genesis uh, chapter 6, when the angels of God bear children unto the daughters of men. In referring back to that chapter, it tells us that the angels of God taken them wives all whom they chose. It tells in those wordings, it lets us know that the daughters of men became powerless. When he said they taken all everyone they chose, they took a wife of these daughters of men. That means that they had no power. They was powerless over these, either by the peers or by them looking up to the angels as their God or their authority, and to bear children unto them. They apparently may have thought that they was bearing children unto gods. This is this is what I get when you read this here and you see this here when he said they taken the wives of all who they chose. Showed you a characteristic and a mindset there. Well, even though it caused the dilution and the pigmentation, there was other erosion that it caused within the human flesh. You know, if you take and consider the land mass on top of the mountain in the wake, in the midst of a storm, the rain could beat up on the top of that mountain so long, then it can cause an erosion. That which falls, caused by erosion, which falls from the mountaintop down into the valley, can never be replaced. Regardless, it cannot be uploaded anymore and placed back into the point where it is, where it was. This is the same like manner as the human flesh. Once the dilution was caused by the strange interbreeding, as the angels had bare children unto the daughters of men, this cannot be uploaded and brought back to its original form because it caused an erosion of the pigmentation. But there is another erosion which we do not consider that also happened, which was caused by the same due process of interbreeding. Uh, and that was the mindset of the peoples. This is the part that we couldn't see. God changed the dynamics of the flesh. He really reintroduced all flesh back to the seed of Adam. This is why God had to create these three mixtures on this side of the floor to count and number all men, even those who was not in the book of life. And done so, God had to first destroy the seed part, which had became the heirs, became the sons or the fallen angels. He had destroyed them in a flood because the characteristics of these peoples was they was corrupting the earth. They served the angels who caused them other than the God who created them. This is the way it was. And these were the peoples having the light pigmentation. I took and let me show you this here in this chart here. I created this symbol here. I hope you can see it. I had to cut the lights down a little bit so you can see it. This is what I consider the angel look like. A creature with no pigmentation. But be complete, having a complete white skin. I got this female here, which I would say she's a lot lighter than the original than I had, but it's a black lady of the black race. When he bare children unto her, I gave you a general characteristic what the sons would look like. I brought this over here with what the daughter would look like. Because when God destroyed all the sons in the flood, which had taken on the body of flesh, the flesh died because it breathed air just like the human race. And when he drowned them. So This is what the daughter looked like. And when Jephthah was taken one of these wives, he created this new generation of the white race began on this side of the flood of Noah. Now, we know the characteristics. There had to be bitterness in this new man of peoples. Now, I'm going to go to a part here in MICAH. This people considered themselves to be a part of the human race, but they wanted to elevate themselves. They thought they should have been more, and this is where you have to look at the mindset. But we see the genetic color codes and difference in the pigmentation of the skin of the people. Well, let's go to MICAH and go to chapter 2. And it's telling you, speaking of the inner side that we people didn't consider, it said, woe to them, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their head. This is the characteristic because it created a superhuman being. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. A man and his heritage. When you go and you look at the geographic location where each of the three sons of Noah migrated from, this became each man's heritage. The white race was in the north, the black race was in the south. This is the way it started off. You can see it in Bible prophecy. And you listen at this, he gives you the characteristics of this man. Since we cannot see it through the genetic color code, but God given us a deed. Therefore, thus said the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil from which you shall not remove your necks, neither shall you go high, but this time is evil. In that day shall one take up a parable against you and lament with a doubtful lamentation and say, woe be, woe. Say, we be utterly spoiled. He has changed the portion of my peoples. How has he removed it from me, turning away? He has divided our fields. In other words, he given you characteristics of what this nation would do. The nation would become conquerors. Go in and take different nations, divide their land, take possession of the dominion of peoples and of nations, killing and spoiling the nation. Habakkuk spoke concerning this matter about the same one, the Chaldees. God called the Chaldees, who was equivalent to the CIA, Satan. He spoke concerning him that he would go through the breadth of earth and he will return back. And Jesus said he will go out and he'll bring 7 more spirits in there more evil than he. Spoken of in St. Matthew's chapter 12. Now, this takes us back to the prophecy of Daniel. Where I left off at was I was going transforming to Daniel chapter 7, leaving Daniel chapter 6. In these prophecies somewhere, I had went to Daniel chapter 11, showing you what had transpired with Alexander the Great, as the angel was talking to Daniel concerning Greece and their invasion, spoken of